Hi everyone, hope you are doing amazing. This is Wei, and in this video I'm going to show you a few techniques that you can use to instantly calm down, especially when you're feeling anxious or are feeling a bit stressed. So let me show you these simple techniques, and hopefully you can use them like quite often to help you to calm down in any situation. Okay, let me show you them. So let me explain to you first why we feel stressed or why we feel anxious. And there are a couple of reasons why we could feel this way. So first of all, it's maybe like an overwhelm. So you're overwhelmed, for example, at work with too many tasks coming at you and you don't know how to finish those tasks or those million tasks you have on your plate at that time. So you feel like an overwhelm and you don't know how to structure it and how to like deal with all these different elements. So there could be like an overwhelm that you feel like stressed or anxious. Another reason could, for example, be that you feel outside of the comfort zone. Because if you feel outside of the comfort zone, it's a bit out of your control because you have never experienced it before. So you don't know what the outcome will be. And we are naturally like wired that we want to be in control. And if we are not in control, then we feel that there is like a lack of like knowing what's going to happen, and that could like result in stress because you don't know what's gonna happen, and maybe like what's gonna happen you don't like, or you will like it because you never experienced before. So there could be like a couple of reasons that you could like feel stressed or anxious, and I think like these are completely normal that these situations happens, because this happens all the time in work situations, in relationships with family, friends. So there are like a few techniques that I use like on a daily basis, because I'm a very high energy person, and sometimes I just have to like really completely calm myself down. So let me like show you actually like a few techniques that work really well, especially when you feel like often very anxious, and it doesn't really take a lot to implement these techniques, and they are very effective. Okay, so the first one is actually what we talk about a lot, is breathing. But breathing is so important because when you breathe, you kind of like create space in your mind, in your brain, and it creates space in like the clutter, because our brain, how it works, it has like an alpha brainwave, which is like more there's like more space between the peaks and troughs, but there's like a beta one, right? And when there's too much clutter going on, that means that you can't see like a clear path to go. So what you want to do, you want to go into like an alpha brainwave, which is like this. Yeah, so how you can do this is actually creating space in your brain. And what you have to do to really create space in your brain is actually actively breathing and practicing how to breathe. And often in a lot of meditation videos, etc., they say like you have to breathe, like breathe in and out, and then you feel calm. And we just have to understand how we should breathe. Okay, so first of all, when you are in a position that you sit down, and you're first going to try to like clear your mind, just forget about what is going on, and you're going to like completely focus on being completely present. Yeah, so you focus on being completely present, and then you're going to focus on how it feels to breathe. So what is your normal breath? So for example, mine is just, it just goes and comes, but you're going to try to like breathe slower. Yeah, so you're gonna really inhale, but what you're also going to focus on is not only on your breath, but your breath is actually coming from your stomach. So you're gonna breathe and you really use your stomach. So, and then let it go. You can count as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or you can even like use pauses in between. But I think it's like really important when you breathe, it's not only breathing, it's like your entire body. Because if you actually break down breathing, you can actually look at how I breathe. When I breathe in, you can actually see my chest, it goes up. Yeah, so that actually like creates like it lets go. Yeah, so I always, when I do these breathing exercises, I don't only use my breath, I use my stomach, but I'll also use like my hand gestures. not a lot of people know, but my mom is a Tai Chi teacher, and she does a lot of Chi, which is energy. So you have to let go, and this is kind of like a movement of like letting go the tension. So if you try to breathe now, but if you use hand gestures, you can make your breathing much bigger, and you can feel relaxed. You can create space. You cannot create space when your body is like small, when you just breathe like this. But if you really can create space, you feel so much more relaxed and present. Okay, so I would like you to practice these breathing techniques, but not only breathing, but also really using your stomach, but also using your arms. And what I also say, like when you use your arms, being really mindful where that movement is coming from, because it's not like from here. If you really breathe, you breathe with your entire body. So where your breathing comes from, it's actually from your belly, and it moves to your scapula, and that's where the movement comes from. Your arm movements comes from scapula. Okay, that's the first exercise that I will highly suggest you to practice. And let me actually know if this works for you, because I'm so curious. Okay, and the second one is like, our body is very, very tense, right? Like when you're stressed out, like even if you don't do fitness, if you're stressed, your body feels tense and you feel like your muscles are tense. Okay, so what I would like you to do is actually feel and observe where you feel tension, because you're gonna let those areas go. So you're first gonna observe like, where do you feel tension. So you're gonna actively try to feel where the tension is coming from, and most of the time it's coming from the shoulders and it's coming from the neck, because we always are on a computer, or we always sit like this with a bad posture. So first of all, we're going to try to like correct our posture. Yeah, so if you're correcting your posture, you kind of like, you put your shoulders backwards, and you feel like the tension going, and you just make a few circles, and you feel like your muscle loose, which means that you're also letting go of like stress areas in your body. Yeah, you can also do it the other way around. And then you're also going, for example, like I have also a bit of tension on my shoulders and my neck. So you're gonna really like try to feel how it feels to loosen up your shoulders. You go in circles, and then you really feel like the tension where it is. Yeah. And you can just focus on the tension, but also try to breathe as well. So finding like those tension areas, and you can like do different exercises on like how to let go of like different tension areas. Okay, so I just kind of like want to go through like a few common ones, but let me know if you want me to go through like more areas of tension in your body. All right, so the final one is something that can really relax you, right? So something that we really feel relaxed by is actually like feeling our hands, because that is something that we feel like it's releasing our stress as well. Yeah, so we have these two balls in the Chinese culture, and you actually move them around. I will try to like find those balls, and I will like show you next time, and it really relaxes you. But you can also do it with your hands, because we walk hand in hand with people most of the time, because it feels like very comfortable. We feel very protected. But you can also do it yourself, because you feel like you're safe, you're protected, and it feels like it's gonna be okay. So those are actually my 3 exercises, and I really hope you enjoy these techniques, and it will really work for you as well, so we can all calm down and be less anxious and less stressed. And if you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.